Alfred, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Good.
Well, tell me, how's it going in your classroom?
You know, it's just been about the same since you've been in last. Lots of eloping still going on, just trying to hang in there.
Yeah, I imagine that can be pretty tough still.
Yeah, it's been really hard. I'm just trying to get her to do as much as I can get her to do.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so since I observed in your classroom a few days ago, I was able to collect some information on Emily.
Okay.
And so just to kind of backtrack with our last meeting, you mentioned that the removal of crayons during worksheets was kind of caused some behaviors, like
Yes.
eloping and yelling and running to the calm corner. And then you expressed that she had a lack of interest within the work that y'all are doing within your classroom.
For sure.
And so I was able to observe some of that. And then I was able to be with y'all during transitions, specifically to recess from the classroom, and then also from lunch to recess. And so some of the information that you shared was some of the things that I observed. She did engage in some of the eloping behavior during those transitions. And then also as well when removing the crayons during work time.
Okay.
And then I did notice some of the yelling and running to the calm corner. And so I've kind of compiled some things that we can kind of work on with those behaviors, so we can get into that. So with the eloping, I would need to make just a few more observations on that, just to make sure and get an understanding as to pinpoint exactly those specific moments when she does elope.
Okay.
And so we'll revisit that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So as far as transitions, I was thinking about an individual transition chart and a visual timer. And so what that will look like is the chart will be just about the size of a piece of paper, and it will have your classroom schedule on it.
Okay.
And so it could have a picture of Lily on it if she would like that, or if you would like that, or it can have like a different picture, whatever is more reinforcing for her. And so usually use Velcro strips. And so when you're done with an activity or a part of the schedule within the day, she can remove that strip herself and attach it to the next item on the schedule throughout the day. How do you feel about that?
I think she would like that, you know, being able to see herself getting stuff done throughout the day. That might motivate her a little bit.
Okay, and we can also pair that with a visual timer within the classroom.
Okay.
It can be a big one or just a mid-size one, whatever's a good size for her to actually see the schedule and just so she can kind of anticipate what's happening next.
Okay.
That can probably help with the transitions, so she can see that there's like 10 minutes left on the timer, and you can verbally express that too. You can say there's 10 minutes left. There's 5 minutes left, 2 or 1 minute left on the timer. And then when the timer's off, then she can know that it's time to transition.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So we can kind of pair those two together. And so you also expressed her lack of interest in the schoolwork that y'all have within the classroom. And so she can be given choices on what type of schoolwork she would like to do.
Okay.
She's still doing the work, but she is able to choose, and so maybe that might help with her interest in what could be going on during those times. And then also a token economy.
Okay.
And so what that will look like, it could just be like a strip of paper, just probably about the size of this, and it can have different Velcro pictures attached to it.
Okay.
And so say the worksheet that y'all are working on, there's like 5 questions on that worksheet, and so each small picture can be associated with each question on that worksheet. So when she is done with those 5 questions on the worksheet, she can attach 5 different pictures to that, and then once she has all 5 of those pictures, then she can be rewarded with something.
Okay.
I know you mentioned earlier about some of the things that she's interested in. Can you talk about that again?
Yeah, so she really loves to color, so that could be something that she would definitely work for. Instead of her using coloring, you know, to get out of work, she could work for coloring. So I like that idea, and she loves to color pictures of Sonic and Pac-Man.
Okay, and so maybe on those pictures, they can be pictures of Sonic or Pac.
Oh, yeah,
Do you think she'd be interested in
She'd
that?
love that, yeah.
Okay, that's good. And so how do you feel about those two? Would you want to implement them at the same time or try one at a time? Tell me how you feel about
I think it'd be great to just go ahead and do both of them to see if they're gonna work for her. Visual timer, I can for sure do that, super easy, and then I'm really interested in the token economy to see how that works. So.
Yeah. So, a few ways we can evaluate and see how those things are going on is that I can give you a sheet of paper, and it's just for you to collect some data on.
Okay.
And it'll be pretty simple and easy, so it won't be any extra work for you during the day. And you can track what those behaviors are looking like and how often they're happening. So, just for example, eloping. Every time she runs away from something that you've kind of given instruction to do, specifically for transitions, you can mark down just like a tally mark of like how often that is happening.
Okay.
And so we can do that you can do that for a few weeks, and then we can kind of look back at that data and see how often those behaviors are occurring. And then we can kind of implement those two interventions, the transition chart and the visual timer, and then the token economy.
Okay.
And then track that for a little while, and then we can kind of have another meeting and kind of review that data just to see if those interventions are working, or maybe we might need to change them.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
That sounds good. I'm excited to get something in place for her.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we can go from there and revisit that.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. You've covered everything. So thanks for your help and your ideas.
Yeah, of course. And please feel free to reach out to me if you need anything.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.